We are now at the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. Hi.
Hi, Yoilish.
How are you?
Good. My name's Eric Chaboty. I'm the Undersheriff of the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. My position is an appointed position. Mike Schiff is elected, and then he appointed me as his Undersheriff. So I'm here today to talk about safety for our visitors in the Catskills. We want everybody to have a safe and enjoyable time, but safety starts with you. One of the big things we push is safety while walking on the roads. You know, unlike the big city, there's no street lights. A lot of times there's no sidewalks. You have to share the roads with the cars, and there's always a potential for danger that somebody could be hit by a car, especially at night. So what we're recommending is when people walk on the roads at night, first of all, you're supposed to walk facing the oncoming traffic. You're not supposed to walk with your back to the traffic. And also, we encourage everybody to wear reflective gear. And I have a couple of examples here. This is a reflective belt. This was actually given out by ODA to various members of the community. It's a reflective belt, and when the headlights from the car hit it, it lights up at night. It's kosher to wear on Shabbos because there's no batteries. And this is also a reflective vest. They come in all sizes. This happens to be a children's size. And in many communities, especially the year-round communities here in Sullivan County, we're seeing a lot of people take advantage of this and keeping their families safe. So we highly recommend that when you're walking. When you walk in the road, try to stay one or two together. If there's a shoulder, stay on the shoulder. Sometimes you'll see people walking 5, 6 across, blocking traffic. This is dangerous. Use your head, be smart, and be safe. We don't need Hatzola coming to scrape you up off the ground. We encourage people to be safe. The other thing,
we also have another partner of the road, that's the deers.
So I'm going to that next. So the other thing we want you to be aware of is our wildlife. So while you're driving down the road, it's a good possibility a deer can run out, jump out in front of you. Two things can happen. One, you could hit the deer and cause damage to your car and go off the road, or you could swerve to avoid the deer and go off the road and hit something. So that's why you have to really be careful when you're driving, especially on these back roads. You have to go a little slower at night. You have to really look at the shoulders. Don't have tunnel vision. Look at what's around you. Have that situational awareness. And if you see a deer that looks like he's going to come out on the road, get on that horn, slow down and hit the horn. And most of the time they'll turn around and go back in the woods. So that's what you're looking for. The other thing in regards to wildlife, you got to watch out for the bears. Bears are always looking for a free meal. They really should be in the woods gathering berries, eating plants. But if you start feeding the bears, they get lazy and they'll always come back for the free handout. That's why it's important to take care of your garbage. Put it in the dumpsters, compactors. Use that stuff. Don't put the garbage on the outside of the dumpster. Put it inside the compactors and dispose of it properly. What happens is when the bear comes by and he smells your garbage, he thinks it's a smorgasbord. And he's gonna, take advantage of that and come back day after day after day.
I heard they also go into the dumpsters as well. Is that so?
Yeah, they'll climb into the dumpsters. That's why you got to keep the dumpsters closed. You got to keep the lids on them. Very important. And we had a tragedy about 25 years ago.
Yes.
What was happening is bears were coming into a colony. They were smelling the dirty diapers. Again, it smelled like a smorgasbord. And then finally one day when they came into the colony, there was a baby in a carriage. And the people panicked and they ran. And the bear thought he was getting a free meal and the child was killed. So since then we haven't had a problem. People really went out and invested in compactors after that, and it's been good. People have been keeping up with that. So we really recommend it. And the other thing is don't feed any of the other wildlife, raccoons, squirrels. There's a lot of feral cats, wild cats in the county. Every once in a while we come up with an animal with rabies, and somebody will get bitten, and if we can't find that animal, next thing you know, you're going for a bunch of rabies shots, and they are not pleasant. So we encourage people to don't feed the wildlife, don't interact with the wildlife. By all means, watch the wildlife, enjoy seeing them in their natural habitat. But remember, you're sharing the woods with them. We are visitors in their home, and we have to act accordingly. And that's why people come to the Catskill Mountains. You're not going to see this stuff in the big city. And we encourage you to come and enjoy all the natural resources, but be safe, use your head. The other important thing is, if you're near any body of water, especially with kids, please wear a life jacket, especially on the Delaware River. Since the National Park Service took over the Delaware River in 1980, there's been about 80 or 90 drownings, and every single one, the person was not wearing a life jacket. You know, the water looks calm on the top. If you go and rent a raft out on the Delaware River, the water looks calm on the top, but underneath it's moving very fast. There's a lot of rocks you can get caught up in. You know, your foot can get caught, and the next thing you know, you drown. And we had an unfortunate case last year. I had to get involved with Musascom. A gentleman and his family launched from the Pennsylvania side of the river. One of his kids fell in, no life jacket. He went in to save them. He wound up saving the child, but he drowned. And he was a great swimmer. We've had people who have been competitive swimmers, almost Olympic type swimmers, that have been killed in the
power of the water.
The power of the water in the Delaware River. It's amazing. So those are our basic safety rules for you this summer, and please take a moment to consider them. And remember, you can have a lot of fun and still be safe. So thank you for visiting Sullivan County. We're glad you're here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I wish you an easy job.
Thank you.
I know it's different in the summer months.